Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Breaking Bad. Last time on Breaking Bad we had... They said it like they said it 2 times, neither of which I understood. Also, I don't know what the word means. So, yeah. But, more to the point. Let's see. Walt figured out, well, Hank said that he got the warning call. Walt put it together that was from Gus. He went to talk about it with Gus, and he was like, look, I get it, even though he hates that, what this had to happen to his brother-in-law. He did understand it. He understand the play, and he basically was like, hey, what's happening to me after we're done? And Gus was like, hey, well, you don't have to be done. If you go for an entire year instead of 3 months, I will give you $12 million. And he was like, make it 15. And then Walt was like, okay, we'll do that. So we are signed on for a full year. And probably one of the more important things is that Skyler told Marie that they can pay for Hank's physical therapy and everything because Walt has money. However, she did lie and say that Walt earned the money through gambling. It was actually a very brilliant and convincing lie, and I loved it. And yeah, that was that. And there were other things, but you know what happened. You've seen the show probably 8 million times already. So you probably never need a recap, but I do this anyway. So, with that probably pointless recap out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into episode 10 of season 3 of Breaking Bad. Here we go. I do not like this because there's a fly. Okay, that might be our weirdest intro yet. And I saw through the subtitles that was Skyler singing, but... What?
We should have equipment maintainer guys.
Cleaners. Yeah, oh jeez.
And water boys.
That was a shot.
Yo, Chris, right.
Good transition. He kind of has a point. You'd think Gus would spring for, someone to help clean.
So how far off are we?
It's not negligible.
Oh, like they should be making more for what they're putting in?
Quarter to a half a pound shy.
It's because Jesse's taking it.
Weird.
I'd see tomorrow.
Directed by Ryan Johnson. Far out. Did he get it? Damn. I hate flies. I hate flies so much. It's another part of why I hate summer. Don't start hitting crap. Oh. This is really a Three Stooges routine. Oh no. Don't go up there. No. Oh, he's gonna throw his shit. This is gonna go wrong somehow, some way. Don't. Oh. You broke the light. No. No. Walt, why? I mean, I get it. I don't want to leave that shoe up there either. What if Jesse saw that? It's so embarrassing, but... I would hate... No! I would hate being on that little place anyway. Let alone doing this. He can't... Okay, thank God. But he can't fall right, because I don't know if that would do some damage to him. No! What is with this fly? Alright, just get back on the other side. Jeez!
That kind of contaminant.
So it's like not dangerous? Mr. White, talk to me here.
It's a fly.
Not to us, particularly. No.
I mean, it could be a danger on the meth
Tell us
itself.
that.
Fly.
What do you mean? Fly, like what do you mean?
I mean,
A fly.
a housefly.
That's why there's a bandage on his head.
One fly?
In terms of keeping our cook clean and our product unadulterated, we need to take this very seriously. Now, do you understand?
You should have led with that, man.
So is that your fly saber?
You see it, right? You see it?
On his head. You get to hit him.
Hit it.
Oh!
You like that? Huh? Hurts, huh?
Man, he has sustained a lot of head injuries.
This is a raisin.
Why is there a raisin on the
I
floor?
definitely got it, man. All right.
No!
There is no more room for error. Not with these people.
Oh my god, just fucking cook, man. Oh, he's gotta knock him out. You got enough there?
Just, possum. Big, freaky looking bitch. Hey, since when did they change it to opossum? What's up with that? I mean, when I was coming up, it was just possum. You know, opossum makes it sound like he's Irish or something. Why they gotta go changing? Set all these traps and all, and he finally got it. But my aunt, she didn't believe it. But it turned out that the
Wonder if the story is real.
cancer had spread to her brain, and that was why. I got her some treatment, meds, so she wasn't stressing all the time.
Did he give Walt those meds?
It was a lot better after that.
I had to have enough to leave them. That was the whole point. None of this makes any sense if I didn't have enough. I'm saying I've lived too long. You want them to actually miss you. You know?
Yeah.
You want their memories of you to be. But she just won't. She just won't understand. I mean, no matter how
Things have gone farther than he ever
well
thought.
I explain it. I was thinking maybe before the fugue state, but before the fugue state, I didn't have enough money. So no, not then.
He didn't have enough money, but now things have gone too far. Now, he can make enough money, but
It was the night Jane died. I was at home and we needed diapers, and so I said I'd go. But it was just an excuse. Actually, that was the night
it's the drugs. It's the same thing that happened with... Same thing that happened with the cell phone.
Jane's dad.
think of the odds. Once I tried to calculate them, but they're astronomical. I mean, think of the odds of me going in, sitting down that night in that bar next to that man.
He hasn't confessed to Jane's death, though.
Never give up on family.
That's why he doesn't give up
And
on
I
you.
didn't. I took his advice. What is it telling us when on the very night that this man's daughter dies, it's me who's having a drink with him. How can that be random?
Ah, shit.
Some nature program about elephants. And Skylar and Holly were in another room. Oh, if I had just lived right up to that moment. And not 1 second more.
Oh, shit.
That would have been perfect. He's not coming down.
They got it.
Must be.
He's staying up there forever.
Oh, shit. He didn't get caught.
What are you doing?
No!
I'm gonna get that bitch.
I can't even go up one level of a stair. Because I'm terrified of heights, but this is ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Being a lunatic?
He's gonna say it.
I'm sorry about Jane.
It's not your fault.
He cannot hit that fly.
It's not mine either. It's no one's fault. Not even hers.
God damn, he's going all the way up.
I'm so close.
Indiana,
Let it go.
let it go.
We need to cook.
This is his
About
last
the
crusade.
contamination.
Fuck it. He still got his. Oh! Good job.
Oh, Zach! Somebody got got, yo! You see that, mister?
Aw, he's asleep. Alright. Give him some rest.
Now, I'm not accusing you, but if. You understand? And if they ever found out.
Oh. He already knew.
I didn't take shit.
That I won't be able to protect you.
Who's asking you to?
Come on, man. Not again. Sure enough, that was the entire episode. Alrighty. Guys, I gotta say it again. It wasn't I think it was episode 10 of last season when I said this. Okay. Again, on paper, it looks like you could cut out so much stuff in this show, but you cannot do that. Because, again, what was the plot of this episode? Walt and Jesse take on a fly. Now, Walt has some big moments at the end, but Walt and Jesse take on a fly. And the only way that that plot works for the whole episode, there's only 2 characters in this episode. The only way that works for a full episode is because it's Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is the only one that can make that work because you see the sort of progression into almost madness with Walt over this fly. And then you get almost his confession, honestly. Almost to the point where he almost confesses to murdering Jane. But, again, it is so vitally important. And I was kind of thinking, as we were going on in the first half, when does he start giving those? I mean, okay, it's, what is it? 25. It's about 20 minutes. 20 minutes of him giving his whole thing and them talking. Jesse gives his whole story. They do the drugs and, he puts the drugs in the coffee and, he starts talking about Jane, eventually leading to them killing the fly at the end. And Jesse taking over for cooking for that day. And so that's a decent chunk of the episode, That is a decent chunk of the episode. That's about half of the episode right there. But you are kind of left wondering in that first half, like, okay, what are we doing here? Why are we just focusing on a fly? I don't know why I was slightly I feel like I was turning into Yogi Bear for a second. Hey, boo-boo, why are we talking about a fly? But, no, this was important. It was important. You could look at this episode, and I'm sure I'm going to get some people in the comments that are going to hate me saying this, but you could almost look at this as a filler episode. But it's really not. If it had stayed on with what the first half was, then yes. But the first half was necessary to get that second half of, Walt's kind of confession, honestly, and everything, the sort of the ups and downs with, his relationship with Jesse, And honestly, Jesse coming around and being like, it's like, don't give up on family. And Jesse doesn't give up on him, Jesse does not give up on... Even when Walt is kind of, he's sitting there and he's like, he's not coming down. That fly's not coming down. It's staying up there forever, Which, you could easily be like, well, I'm done with this hunt. He's going to be up there, so he's not going to be contaminating everything. And Jesse, as risky as that was, puts the ladder on the things and he climbs up there to kill that thing, Because he won't give up on Walt the way Walt won't give up on Jesse. But again, if you took the, and again, when I say if you took this to a studio exec, I'm talking one who's never really seen the show. We have to preface that because I'm sure every producer on board knows what this show is doing and gets it, but if you look at this script for this episode on paper, and you are like, what the hell is this? The entire episode is just Walt and Jesse trying to kill a fly. You look at that and you're like, what the hell? This is an episode? We're dedicating money to this. But, again, the finished product, it ceases to be any sort of a filler episode. And obviously, it's not written to be a filler episode. It's not. It's written to be exactly what it is. But if you looked at this on paper, I swear you would be like, what the fuck is this? And that is how great Breaking Bad is. That you can look at something like this and be like, what the hell is this? Why, this is just a filler episode where Jesse and Walt take on a fly in the meth lab. But nope. 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 That is not it. Oh my god. That's just not it. That's not what this episode is. Okay. So, let's go ahead and hop into the notes. The first thing I wrote down is output and Jesse. So, yeah, so the output, Walt was sort of racking his brain around why their output wasn't right. Because he knows what he's doing, He knows with all the work that he puts in, they should be putting in, just a little bit extra, a little extra meth. But they are off from what his calculations would be, and so he was trying to figure that out. And that is all from Jesse, that is all from Jesse stealing some of it and selling it. And I like that at the end, he does know. He knows, but he is being like, look, I'm not going to say it, but Jesse, I hope you know what you're doing. Because I think Jesse sort of took that as, I didn't steal it. He kind of gets a bit defensive, but Walt is genuinely saying, look, I hope you know what you're doing. He's not going to be like, look, he's not going to openly say it, and he's not going to, he's not going to stop you, but he is looking out for him. It's like, look, I can't protect you if they find out, It's like, there's nothing I can do. You are kind of on your own when it comes to this. I just hope that you know what you're doing, Which I think, after he says that, it's like, I can't save you if they catch you, Maybe that sinks in a little to Jesse, Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see next episode and going forward. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got very thirsty all of a sudden. Alright. We had the fly. Which, Jesse kind of thinking, oh, you're crazy for trying to go after a fly and stuff. This is exactly something Walt would do. He would drive himself to the point of insanity to kill a fly. After after almost 3 complete seasons of watching this show, we all know that this is exactly something Walter White would do. He would be obsessed. Now, it's also because I like how he says, there's no more room for error with these people, yeah, he did, get this great deal with Gus, but at the same time, after the stunt that he pulled, with 1 week just not pushing out product, and having to make up for it, even though he did make up for it the next week, despite that, he knows that he's basically on strike 2. One more strike and he's out, that's pretty much it. So, oh boy. So I did like that. I wrote down teamwork. I thought that was kind of interesting with, first off, locking Jesse out because he was like, oh, if you're not going to take this seriously, then you can go. And then Jesse having to bust back in, basically. I thought that was really cool. So that was really cool. And then Jesse going and getting stuff, I did like that. And I'm glad at least one of those things did work, the glue traps. I'm glad that worked, because, yeah, a lot of that other stuff, it's like, well, wait, wouldn't this just contaminate the meth even further? But no. So that was really cool. So yeah, again, their teamwork. I did like that. And again, Jesse is not going to give up on Walt. I need to sit up. I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry. Oh, boy. I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm kind of tired. I'm trying to cheat and sort of lean back in my chair, but I can't do that. It doesn't look good on camera, so... Okay, I'm good. Okay. So, again, Jesse doesn't give up on Walt, you know? I wrote down the coffee. I thought that was pretty cool that Jesse actually did drug him. And at first I thought, like, is it the medication that his aunt had to take? You know, and then she became a lot happier. But no, it was just medication to knock him out. Because that's the thing. It's not just that, well, he spent all night trying to catch this fly. It's that it's this on top of a lot of most likely sleepless nights because of Hank, you know, probably staying at the hospital. And everything that happened with Hank, you know, it's probably been so stressful that, you know, all of this is culminating in him, you know, on this vendetta against the fly. So Jesse knew that he had to knock Walt out. So I did like that. And he did tell the story of how, you know, even though, yes, Walt is not under the same sort of, you know, issues that Jesse's aunt had when she had cancer, it is still a very poignant story, you know? It is still a very poignant story. So, that was really good. Okay, and then we got Too Long. Walt talking about how he's actually stayed alive longer than he thought he would, you know? It almost feels like, you could almost argue, like, maybe, he's staying alive so long because, you know, he wants to get all the money to leave to his family. But now it's gone on so long that, you know, he's divorced from Skyler. Skyler hates him, honestly. Skyler hates him, and he's away from his children. So it's like, you know, is this all worth it in the end, you know? So I really like that now he's it's not that he wants to die, but he's lived too long. But he hasn't lived long enough to get the money, you know? Because the whole point of all of this entire friggin' show, was to get enough money to leave for his family when he dies. But now he has lived so long and hasn't gotten the money so that he could comfortably die. And now he's lost his family, basically. So, that's the thing. And I did like when he said, you know, that moment when, you know, he was listening to Skyler sing a lullaby to Holly over the baby monitor and stuff, like, and he was just sitting there. It's like, that was his opportunity, honestly. And I think he even says, like, I missed my chance, basically. If he had died right there, he would have died happy, you know? But now, since then, everything has gone to shit. Which he didn't talk about. He didn't say, you know, he didn't admit to Jane's death. But you have to think that he feels guilt-ridden about that. That because Jane died, Donald was off his game. You know, Donald was so shook by that the plane crash happened and so many people died, you know? So that's the thing, is that he has to have guilt over that and guilt over what's happened with his family, you know? So that's the thing, is that yes, that would have been the perfect moment for him to die. But the problem was he just did not have the money. He did not have enough money to leave for his family. Now he's going to have, honestly, a ton of money, but he's not going to be able to, you know, leave his family happy, basically. He can't really die happily, I guess, you know? So, yeah. And then we had the whole conversation about Jane, which was crazy. And him saying, like, you know, why... And again, he does not admit to Jane's death, but he does say, why, on the night that she died, I was the one that had a conversation with her father, And it's interesting the way he says that, it's like the probability and everything, and the universe is, pure chaos. Nothing is inevitable, but still, on that night, he was the one that talked to Donald, which is just crazy, And I like how he did say, well, first he told Jesse, he's like, hey, don't give up on family. And I think Jesse realizes that does include him. Walt will not give up on Jesse, and so in turn, Jesse does not give up on Walt. And I like when he just says, I'm sorry about Jane. And Jesse even says, like, hey, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not Jane's fault. It's no one's fault. So I'm actually wondering if it's ever going to come out that technically it is Walt's fault. Or, like, I don't know. I don't think I could see, like, if he said, well, I accidentally knocked her on her back and she choked on her own vomit, Like, I don't know if Jesse would maybe, like, forgive or move past it or anything. Like, I think he'd still be pissed, But that was still a big moment for Jesse when he said, hey, it's no one's fault. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not Jane's fault. It's no one's fault that she died. That's a big moment for Jesse right there. On top of him not giving up on Walt and going and killing this motherfucking fly. Oh. Again, if you presented this script on paper, you look at this and be like, okay, well, there's some good stuff at the end, but what the hell is this first half, And we're really spending the entire episode on catching a fly, but it is all vital. You can't call this a filler episode. This is a necessary episode, and I loved it. So that's pretty much it. Great episode. Next time we are moving into the final 3 of this season. We will have to see what we're going to be doing. So yeah. That is pretty much it with all that being said. I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Breaking Bad reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.